This is Boo. Boo is my persona, and you guys really seem to like him from the videos that I posted. So I decided to make a short video to answer some of your questions and to introduce myself a little. Now, to answer some of your questions that I got asked a lot, Boo's design is based on a manta ray. No, he can't fly, I'm afraid. And to explain what a persona is, because a lot of people didn't know what a persona is, it's basically an avatar that you use online. You could maybe see a bit like a brand, or you could also compare it to VTubers and how they hide their face behind a character that they resonate with. But since you guys are so interested in my character, I might as well tell you his story. Once upon a time, there was a small manta ray, swimming around and having fun. But his type of fun wasn't what others would consider fun. He was kind of a prankster, and other marine life didn't appreciate it. They enjoyed the quiet life. At some point, Boo was frustrated that nobody would hang out with him, and he went too far and angered the Ocean King by playing a prank on him. He had to stand trial for his deeds, so not wanting to deal with this annoying kid, the king banished him and cursed him to become a human. Now Boo is stuck on land and can't go home. When he first got to land, he found his new body appalling. So he looked around and found a clothing store and stole an oversized hoodie, then cut some holes in it and hid his new face under it. Of course, this is just the start of his lore. I might tell you guys a little more about it in the future. Now, as for the rest of the video, I noticed that you guys compared him to other characters. Normally when I design a character, they get compared to 1 or 2 different characters. But this time, there were so many characters that I had to make a list of your comments to keep up. And seeing as there were some really interesting comparisons, I would like to go through the list and share my opinions. So for the first one on the list, and the comparison that got made the most, was probably the collector from the Owl House. You know, I can see where the resemblance would start. They are both children, you know, they both wear like sleep-like attire and their whole vibe does kind of match, you know. So I can definitely see the resemblance. And I totally get why people would compare him to the collector the most. Next one on the list is Wafku, and specifically the character Hugo. Now, for the person who has been commenting every day if I have watched Wafku, yes, I have. I've watched the first few episodes and I quit. I can see the resemblance since Hugo is wearing a weird looking hat that is similar to Boo's. But past that, I can't really see it. I think it might be the art style and the animation technique that I used. I don't think my art style looks like it that much, but hey, people think what they think. Next on the list is Big Man from Splatoon 3. I mean, he's a manta ray. Boo is a manta ray. What can I say? Next on the list is the Fan and Hermes epic design. But like, which one? I looked it up. I genuinely did. I looked up like Hermes design, so I have no idea what y'all are talking about. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. It was just really funny to hear because he wasn't the character I would compare Boo with. The next one Boo got compared to is Sky Children of the Light. Now, of course, I know this one. I've played the game for 1 day and I finished the game day 1, and I was really upset I finished the game because I had no idea that you know, would lose all the stuff that you would like gain. I didn't know you got basically reborn. I can see the resemblance, like they both have cloaks. Some people said that I should make Boo in Sky. I mean, sure, but I have no idea how the game works, I'll be completely honest. Like, if anybody else would do it, it would be really cool. You definitely have permission to do that. Next on the list is Gordy from Dandy's World. Now, I gotta give it to you, this one is really creative because I do not see the resemblance, even a tiny bit. They're both cute, but that's about it. Next on the list is Queta Happy Fantasy from Kachikuta. This one, okay? I'm sorry, I do not know how to pronounce shit. I have dyslexia, okay? I can see the resemblance. They both have like animal-like hoodies. She resembles Boo more than the dandy guy, the little pumpkin guy, you know? Next one was just kind of funny because I forgot people even knew this shit still existed. Castle Swimmer. Damn, have I loved Castle Swimmer. I really look up to the comic creators, so I think that's really cool to be compared to something like that. I mean, I get it. He's a manta ray, he's a fish. The next character is Batman, which I found kind of funny because, you know what? You're right. His silhouette does kind of look like Batman. I can take you through the designing process a little. When I was designing it, I was first thinking of my OC that I based off of myself, you know? That was my first idea, but then it just felt weird because my OC is his own person. Then I decided to look further, what are cool designs. I first made him a more forest kind of creature. But I felt like a few years ago I would have loved that, but it doesn't really align with me anymore, I guess. So I went with a water creature because I think the design idea was cool. And I actually, for his design, I also took some inspiration from Robin, since I really liked Robin's mask and his anonymity, and I thought that was really cool. So I took some inspiration and I did it on a hood. And that's why I found the Batman comparison so ironic. I also got Noily from Forsaken. I'm sorry, I don't see it. I apologize. Oh, somebody also commented this shit kind of reminds me of Genshin. Is it because he's white? So next on the list is Yeilokre. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. But I love Yeilokre. I sometimes draw in their style. So here is Boo in a more Yeilokre style. I think the comparison got made because Boo has an animal mask on, and so do all of the main characters. So I could definitely see the similarities there. And it's definitely a big compliment to be compared to their style. And I just think they're really cool. So thank you. Next one on the list is Adopt Me Avatar. I've never heard of this before, and I don't really get how Boo would be compared to a Roblox game. Maybe they were talking about a specific character, but I don't know. I don't see it, I guess. Next one on the list is N from Murder Drones. I have never seen Murder Drones, but obviously the design doesn't match. But I've watched a compilation of this N character because I was curious. And I can definitely see some resemblance in the personality. They seem like a very silly character, and I see the resemblance in the personality, not the design, to be fair. Another one from the list is the blonde kid from Horrid Henry. Well, Boo is also blonde. But sometimes I just wish that I could see how some of y'all think, because these parallels are getting kind of crazy, because he's just a blonde kid. Like, nothing more. I just think it's really funny. And the next one falls in line with the same sentiment because it's The Little Prince, which is also just a blonde kid again. Appreciate it because I really like The Little Prince. Never watched or read the book. I think it's a book and a movie. But I have seen a lot about it and I think the art direction is really gorgeous. So I'll take the compliment. Anyways, that was a pretty long list, but luckily a lot of you guys found his design creative and unique, which I really appreciate. Also, I think the comparisons got made because he's a new character in an online space, so I think it is natural as people interact with new stuff by making comparisons to what they know, and I'm just happy he isn't being linked to one specific character because that would get really annoying real quick. And it's kind of funny to make a whole ass list about this. As for the future of this channel, I did enjoy making this video, but it did take me a lot longer than I expected. Sadly, art and animation take a lot of time, but I would love to make more Minecraft related content. Not just Minecraft, still having animation and art related to it, but just a little more on the Minecraft side for now. So if anybody would be interested in collabing or just being content creator friends, I have made a Discord server that you could join if you want. And thank you if you watched this whole video. I know it's not the best, I'm still learning how all of this works, but I did hope you enjoyed it. If you want to support me in any other way, I have other places I post content such as TikTok and Instagram. Those are of course linked to my channel. If you really want to support me, you can go on there. And yeah, thank you for watching.